basically, it's important for you to understand yourself. There are many people that can't handle too many things at the same time. But I also realized that I had that sort of ability to think through so many things. So I'm not a detailed person. Because that detailed person is more focused on the nitty-gritty and cannot finish one thing until it's done. So that has helped to understand that you can deal with different things at different times and still think about how to hold on to other things at the same time. If you're not that versatile, then it becomes an issue. And that's the thing about leadership. If you're a leader, you're a leader. You need to be able to lead people. You need to be able to show by example. You need to be able to be responsible. If you push everybody to the fire line, it's different when you say, let's go and fight, than when you say, you go and fight. You understand? So I think generally that has helped, in that leadership journey, and then being able to delegate things to different people at different times and monitor and follow up. That has always been a forte. So I think generally leaders are supposed to be those that are thinking outside the box and also thinking ahead of time each time. So basically, for me, that's really what has helped to sort of manage several subsidiaries, several departments, clients, trying to train and be a direction to others, trying to show them where to go and all of that. And you also need to read wide, because you need to understand a lot more things. But again, because of the profession and experience, you're also there to be able to show people what is possible and what is not possible. It has to be something in the line of vision and being able to bring those things to fruition. So most of the projects you see today, just like other developers, there's something that was just thought in the mind and it became something. So I'm trying to make sure that those products are unique enough to stand the test of time. And once they stand the test of time, we should be known as one of those that, were able to pioneer the new sort of developments in Nigeria, and also even train those that followed to do the same thing. So you basically change the skyline of the country, and try and do things better. So when you see something abroad, you're not just seeing it, you're actually asking yourself, how can you make it better here? How can you see people that can even take that on? So for me, I think it's majorly impact on people's lives, people's future, impact on the country, development generally. By God's grace, some of the works that we do should be able to use that examples in schools, examples to the government to say, we need to partner with this set of developers to try and see how we can make a difference. So right now we are sort of putting up a consortium of architects in development, and the Nigerian Institute of Architects have noticed that. So what they're trying to say is, okay, how can you teach other architects on what to do? Why are we saying this? Architects can actually earn more. And if I was thinking of just myself, I don't think I'll be in that sort of space. So the idea is, how can you help those to even understand that they can earn more, understand that they can have a better impact, they can even own their projects. It's already happening in foreign countries. So the idea is just to ensure that people see you as that light of hope, and then you can also light other candles and the hope is lit up. So that's basically where the impact comes from. And for me, it's majorly that impact more than anything, more than even the money that we're making, because at the end of the day, you can't spend all the money. So the most important thing is, how do you just ensure that there's that continuous help? For me, it's once I see a project and all stakeholders are happy, then I get fulfillment, from the fact that, the landowner trusted in you, has his investment, making more money just because of an idea you put on the ground. That does it for me. As you advance in business, what has happened is you've seen different scales of sort of issues that you have to solve and resolve and all of that. So I think that's what has probably helped to give a bit of focus from the experience. So for instance, I always say something that until you get yourself full to the brim, that's when you know how you can stretch yourself. So basically, challenges has been that thing that has probably stretched one to see how far you can go. And for me, that has been sort of a story for me, because when you stretch yourself through challenges and chaos, how you come out of that is what will actually make you understand a different level. And when you're trying to also scale as well, you're sort of stretching yourself. Let's say, for instance, you start by saying you want to do projects of 10 billion, you move to projects of 100 billion. Once that starts to happen, you begin to stretch yourself and expand yourself more. So I think that's what has actually created that self-awareness, because it is when you are stretched that you as a person understand your limits, and it's those limits that will make you know, oh, I can actually do this. You can also rest on your wins and say, oh yes, you can celebrate them, but you rest on them and say, oh, I've achieved this, and you just rest. What happens is that you're not ready to attain the next level of growth. So it's that next level of growth that is always making you feel like you've not really reached that peak, and because of that you could also like stretch yourself to get to another level and all of that. So I think generally that's what has helped that self-awareness, expanding your reach, making sure that you stretch yourself through challenges and chaos. Don't run away from them, address them, see how far you can go. And by the time you do things like that, you actually see that you're actually stretching, and by that you see the best that you can be. And when that happens, you know, you are self-aware of, oh, I can actually do this, or I can't do this, I need help with this section of whatever work we're meant to do, and you know that you're going to get professional help for that, you know. So that's how, you know, the number of years has really helped to sort of give some kind of idea of what you can do. So I remember when we were doing buildings that were 2-3 floors, that was a stretch at the time. So we could ask ourselves, what are the challenges that come out of building 2-3 floors? You overcome those challenges, and the next thing is saying that, okay, how can I do 6 floors? Then you try to do several 6 floors, you overcome it, and now we're going to like multiple floors of 14 floors. It's a different dynamics. So by the time you look back at all of this, you actually realize that you've been able to push yourself, and that makes you discover yourself better.